Okay. Greetings, fellow captains, and welcome to MX Gaming. Phoenix here with another review. Today's review is going to be the Support Cruiser, which is the Ambassador class ship. The Ambassador class vessel, most famous ship, is the Enterprise C, and it was the most famous ship ever commissioned by Starfleet. Unfortunately, it was destroyed in 2344 while protecting a Klingon colony from Romulan attack. Because of this sacrifice, this led to the peace treaty of the Federation and Klingon Empire. The Ambassador class has been in service for quite some time, starting from when it was first commissioned. Now, my research has shown from like 2305 to 2344, that time frame, huge gap there, all the way up to the Dominion War, and because Star Trek Online takes place in the 25th century, so 2410, it's been around for, I'm going to say almost a century or just over a century, according to Star Trek lore and including Star Trek Online in this. So that's sort of the background on this vessel. Without further ado, let's get into the stats of this ship. All right, for the stats, it is a Tier 3 vessel, which you can obtain at the rank of a commander. You get, for bridge officers, you have a Lieutenant Tactical, a Lieutenant Commander Engineering, a Lieutenant Engineering, an Ensign Science Officer. For consoles, you have 1 Tactical, 3 Engineering, 1 Science. For weapons, you have 3 fore, 3 aft. You have a base hull of 27,000, a shield modifier of 1. You have a base crew of 700, base turn rate of 7, impulse modifier of 0.15, inertial rating of 40, and 4 device slots. For bonus powers, you get +5 power to all subsystems. And because it is a cruiser, you have the Cruiser Communications Array, so that's strategic maneuvering, shield frequency modulation, weapon system efficiency, and attract fire. And as I mentioned before, you can obtain this vessel if you do the Temporal Ambassador mission through Federation, which is at the end of the Klingon story arc for Federation. And for the Admiralty stats, you have 22 Engineering, 10 Tactical, 13 Science, and you get a 1.5 times critical rating from Engineering and Science as well. So for the ship design, what you have, I guess it would be considered a very basic design. So you have the nice round saucer. This is an actual round saucer of the ship here. You have the bridge, which I think is this dome right here. That makes sense to me. And then you have these raised areas here, which looks like maybe observation decks or maybe like a 10 forward, that sort of thing here. Then you have underneath here, you have this glowing dome here. I don't know what that actually is. That might be, I don't know if that's a sensor thing or what, but you know, kind of nice to look at if you're a fly. Anyways, so you have the neck here, kind of a V neck here almost with a flat bottom here, and you notice that the saucer here actually goes around, over the neck, and then underneath of it you have the impulse engine, which is attached to the neck. The front here of the secondary hull here, you have the deflector dish, nice big round deflector dish, and the secondary hull itself is a nice round cylinder in a sense. It is slanted here where the deflector dish is, and then you of course have the usual I want to call it a slide. because that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like a slide if you were to go from here and down there. Looks like a slide. You have that slide there. Let's see if we can just turn this around so we get some better lighting here. Anyways, here we go. So at the top here we have a nice from where the impulse engine is, a nice another slide or a slant here going down, and it's nice and flat all the way around here on the top of the secondary hull. And then for the pylons here, we have the pylons here. It goes around the edge of the secondary hull, and at the back of the secondary hull, you have the it looks like a shuttle bay right there. So you have that. And for the pylons, they have the slant at the front here and straight at the back, and it slants backwards at the front. And then where it curves upwards, you have a slight tilt to the rear of the vessel, and then on top of that you have the warp nacelles. Now I've been calling these ram scoop, but they may be the Broussard collectors. I'm not entirely sure which is which. I would have to do more research on that. I don't know. I'm not sure what the difference is between Broussard collectors and ram scoops. But from my research on this vessel, and yes, I have been doing a lot of research, they are Broussard collectors. So you have the Broussard collectors or the Broussard things here. They're red, or yeah, I'd say red domes. And then you have piece of hull goes around it, and then you see looks like more of the Broussard collectors there. And then a thin piece of hull that separates the Broussard collectors from the actual warp nacelle. So here you have the warp nacelle, and you have looks like a start of a triangle, but then never completes because you see right around the whole warp nacelle you have the hull plating on top, and then you have the hull plating at the bottom, and it looks like a bit of reinforcement here for the pylons are attached. So, and there you have it for the ship design. There is nothing special with this ship regards to customization. The only thing you can really do is windows, bridge, which does not come with its very own bridge. You just use the default one if you want, or whatever which one you have. You can change the skin color here from 1 to 4, I believe. 1 to 5. There is 5, and you can change the pattern designs on it as well, and then the fleet emblem if you wish. So for customization, that's all there really is. There really isn't much. That's why I've decided to do this in space. So that's it for the design. So next we're going to just look at what my loadout currently is, and then we'll jump into an STF and we'll see how all this handles. Okay, so for my setup, as a disclaimer, as usual, this is the setup that I currently have. I am working on this character. You'll notice some slight improvements from my last video to this one. So what I have, still anti-proton, but I have advanced fleet anti-protons, or anti-proton weapons. So they're all critical hit with damage times 3, and so I have a dual beam bank, a beam array, and the wide angle quantum torpedo. Again, I would have used the plasma one that comes with the Borg reputation system to get the 3-piece bonus set, but I'm not feeling the plasma one as much, so I've opted out for that one. For the aft weapons, I have the kinetic cutting beam, the ancient omnidirectional beam array, and another advanced fleet anti-proton beam array. For my deflector, impulse, and shields, I have the assimilated Borg set, which is going to give me a 3-piece bonus. And for that, it's going to give me, for the 2-piece bonus, regenerate 1% of your health every 2 seconds, plus 10 Starship hull repair. When taking damage, 2% to trigger anonymous or autonomous regeneration sequencer for 10 seconds, 2.5% of your hull regeneration per second, plus 0 to 50 all damage resistance rating. Value increases as hit points fall. Cannot trigger more than once every 60 seconds. And for the 3-piece, I get the multi-regenerative shield array. While any shield facing is below 20%, incoming damage has 10% chance to trigger the multi-regenerative shield array for 10 seconds. 60 shield regenerative per second to each facing, reduces damage to shields by 50%, continuously removes hazard debuffs for 10 seconds, and can't trigger more than once every 60 seconds. But it also gives me the assimilated tractor beam. So it does, says 10 max, targets foes, 5 kilometer range, 3-minute recharge. To target 35.2 kinetic damage times 25, that's 4.6 DPS. Causes 762 kinetic damage and 5 crew damage per second for up to 10 seconds when used on a target that has been recently hit by a kinetic cutting beam. That's awesome right there. Reduces turn rate and flight speed for 10 seconds to target. -1 all power settings. Disables cloak to self after 3 seconds, plus 1 all power settings. And so that's pretty cool right there. What else here? So for devices, we have shield battery, weapons battery, engine battery, and the subspace field modulator. For engineering consoles, I have the assimilated module, which is going to give me the 2-piece bonus with the kinetic cutting beam, and that does 2.5% chance to apply a Omega weapon amplifier, plus 10 current weapon power, plus 500 current weapon power resistance rating, and maximum weapon power resistance rating for 3 seconds. So for that, and then I felt that I don't need neutroniums here to help me with this, so I added in RCS accelerators to increase my turn rate, because it is a cruiser. It has a really low turn rate. For Science Console, I've opted out to not have a Science Console, so I've added in the Nukura Particle Converter, which is going to give me plus 5 shield power, plus 17.3 Starship shield insulators, plus 17.3 Starship particle generators, and plus 10% accuracy with beam weapons. Because I am using mostly all beam weapons, this is going to help me immensely. So I'm not going to be missing, or I should be missing most of my shots. I should be hitting everything. And for Tactical Console, I have a rare anti-proton mag regulator, which is going to give me plus 28.1% anti-proton damage. So I'm not going to be doing as much damage as I have in the past with the other ships, but I'm pretty sure that with the assistance of the fleet weapons, I'm hoping to do about around the same type or kind of damage. So next is going to be traits. Let's see here. I have accurate, beam training, innocuous, elusive, living hull, operative, grace under fire, and projectile training. And because I only have one Starship trait, I have temporal insight. For my space reputation, I have enhanced rendering shots. I have enhanced armor penetration, tactical precision, and Omega kinetic shearing for that. And then for active reputation, I just have the refracting tetraround cascade, because the other two are ground abilities. For my stations, for my lieutenant tactical, I have high yield torpedo 1 and beam overload 2. For my lieutenant commander engineering, I have engineering team 1 and emergency power weapons 2 and emergency power weapons 3. And for my lieutenant engineering, I have engineering team 1 and emergency shields 2. And then for science ensigns, I have science team 1. Alrighty, so that is it for my my loadout and stations and traits and all that fun stuff. So let's get into an STF and let's see what this ship can do. Alright, here we are. Alright, let's attack this sphere. I'm not doing too bad damage. Once those shields go down, that's for sure. Now this is Borg infected. This is not the advanced one, because this is a tier 3 ship. I don't think it would be beneficial or a good thing to have this ship going into that kind of battle. Well, not doing too bad with the stripping of the shields and taking these guys out. Seems like I am taking a little bit longer than usual, but I think that's not too bad for a tier 3 ship. Oh, right. Let's use refracting. Touch around cascade there. We've already had this healed apparently. Oh well. All sorts of things happen. Alright, let's use this thing just to give us a little bit of boost and damage. Not too much, as you can see. The really low parts here, that's the simulated tractor beam. Let's take out this Borg sphere. I don't know why it didn't get taken out. I thought I destroyed it. Apparently I'm getting old and senile in my young age. Alright. We may have lost the optional, but that's okay. I don't care about the optional at this point. My main concern is just to show you guys this ship. Oh, let's get out of here. That gateway likes to one-shot kill you, and that ain't cool. Oh, did those torpedoes miss? No, they hit. Awesome. Or did they hit the other sphere? That's kind of nice that they missed one sphere but hit the other. I didn't think that they did that. I am seeing some jitter. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Oh, I had that sphere marked. There we go. Oh, Someone brought out some big guns with those torpedoes. It's pretty cool. Alright, next let's take out this gateway. See how fast. Oh, we're getting this thing down pretty quick, so that's pretty darn good. Alright, there we go. So next, let's take this tactical cube out. Alright, we're going to use the simulated tractor beam on him. Not that it's going to do much damage, but at least it's something. That's about 25 seconds for that. Now I've noticed I haven't had to use any of my shield powers whatsoever, even hull powers. I haven't had to use those yet. I'm wondering if maybe my threat generation is so low that I'm able to just do what I need to do without drawing attention to myself, which is pretty cool. Alright, so there we go. A little slow there. But there you go, folks. The support cruiser, not bad for a tier 3. Now I didn't really have a struggle with this one. This STF was pretty straightforward. Nothing crazy. Like I said, like I didn't have to deal with any shield or hull issues. Everything went, smoothly for me. But anyways, folks, that is it for me. Thank you for watching. Live long and prosper. And as always, we'll see you out there.